What is up, everybody? Minnesota Twins baseball starting soon against the St. Louis Cardinals. It'll be the 0-2 Minnesota Twins taking on the 2-0 St. Louis Cardinals in Game 3 of this series. The lineups of the Twins lineup here in a moment on screen. There you go, the Twins lineup. You have Matt Wallner leading it off with Carlos Correa batting second, Byron Buxton batting third, Trevor Larnach batting fourth, Ryan Jeffers batting fifth, Ty France batting sixth, Willie Castro seventh, Jose Miranda eighth, and Harrison Bader, the newest Minnesota Twin, or one of the newest Minnesota Twins additions from the offseason, batting ninth. And then let's take a look at the Cardinals defense. We have Andre Palante on the mound. Pedro Pages catching. Nolan Arenado at third. Mason Wynn at short. Nolan Gorman at second. And Alec Burleson at first. And then the outfield, Lars Nootbaar in right. Victor Scott the second in center. And Brendan Donovan in left field. Now I need to get that written down on my paper. This game is being played at Busch Stadium. This is the first of many Twins games that I will be calling throughout the season. The Cardinals look to go for the 3-game series sweep over the Minnesota Twins. This is being played at Busch Stadium. So, let me get the score pulled up here. So, Trevor Bauer, if anyone keeps up with the Yokohama Bay Stars, those guys are 2-1 on the year. And the first pitch to Wallner is a ball. Ball one. Never mind, here's the first pitch. First pitch to Wallner. Swung and missed. Strike number one. So never mind, it's 0-2. I was right. The first pitch was a strike. The 0-2 to Wallner. It misses high. Ball number one. Palante getting his first start of the 2025 MLB season. I'll get to something Yankees related in a minute. The 1-2 is in the dirt. Yankees and Brewers yesterday. Yankees hit 9 home runs in a 20-9 rout of the Milwaukee Brewers. Yeah, 20-9. That seems like a football score, not a baseball score. The 2-2 to Wallner is pop foul. Do the 2-2 again. Last game we called was on Friday. The Rays walked off with a walk-off home solo homer in the ninth. The first pitch at the bottom of the ninth. Cameron Meisner with hit that walk-off homer. The 2-2 to Matt Wallner. That's in the dirt. It's now full. The count's now full. Wallner will see a seventh pitch in this AB. At bat. I was trying to say at bat and AB in the same sentence. Does not work. The payoff pitch to Wallner from Palante. Here it is. And that misses high, and Wallner draws a walk. Palante got ahead to 0-2, and he threw another strike, or a ball, and then fouled away. And then he threw 3 straight balls and walked Matt Wallner. That'll bring up Carlos Correa. That's why I write down the lineup so I can just look down rather than having to look at the screen. Correa, 1 on, nobody out. The first pitch to Correa misses outside, ball number 1. 1 on, nobody out. Correa last season played 86 games, batted .310 with 14 home runs, 54 RBIs. Trying not to ground into a double play is Correa, who waits on the 1-0. Here it is. Grounder, just short. Slow roller. They'll play at second, so they'll just throw it to first, and that'll be the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Byron Buxton. Wallner now in scoring position for the Minnesota Twins. Barehanded that and threw it to first. He had no shot at a play at second. Palante with 9 pitches this inning. Wallner on second in scoring position, and the batter now is Byron Buxton. Here's the pitch to Buxton. That almost hit him in the stomach. Ball number 1. Byron Buxton. 1-0 count on Buxton. Palante on the looking at Wallner at second. Delivery for the 1-0 is swung on, lifted, and shallow left. That's going to drop for a base hit. Wallner is going to come home, and the Twins lead 1-0. Bang, bang. Buxton with an RBI double on the second pitch of his at-bat, and the Twins lead it 1-0 here in St. Louis. That was in on the hands of Buxton, and he did not care. He drove that to shallow left. It was a blooper, but since they threw it home, Buxton was able to go to second. He hesitated, but it didn't matter because he was able to get in there standing up. Buxton with the RBI double gives the Twins a 1-0 lead. That'll bring up Trevor Larnach. And the first pitch to Larnach is outside for ball number 1. Larnach, so far this season, batting .500. That's going to change drastically throughout the season. And the 1-0 from Palante is a grounder to first. He'll throw it to first base, and that is out number 2. Buxton now moves up to third. That'll bring up, who's that going to bring up? That's going to bring up Ryan Jeffers, he'll be handling the catching duties today for the Twins, batting .250 on the year. Buxton 90 feet away. The pitch to Jeffers is in there for strike 1. Ryan Jeffers this season, .250, 1 for 4, no home runs, and no RBIs. Jeffers awaits the 0-1 from Palante. Here it is. Fouled away. Then it's 0-2. 0-2 count now on Ryan Jeffers. Baez, that's how you say it, behind the dish for the Cardinals. Palante with the 0-2 is in the dirt. Buck able to keep it in front of him to prevent Buxton from coming home. As if that ball gets away from Baez, That's almost a definite guaranteed run for the Twins with Buxton speed over at third. The right-hander, Palante, with a 1-2 count on Ryan Jeffers. Waiting for the deliveries. Jeffers, here it is. And grounder to first. Soft contact race to the bag, and that is out number 3. So the Twins strand Buxton on first, but it doesn't matter. They do end up scoring a run. That's the middle of the first inning. Cardinals coming up. Cardinals coming up to bat in the bottom of the first. So let's look at the Cardinals lineup. Cardinals, leading off is Lars Nootbaar, followed by Wilson Contreras, then Brendan Donovan, Nolan Arenado, Alec Burleson, Nolan Gorman, Pedro Paez, Victor Scott II, and Mason Wynn. Let's look at the Twins' defense. Yeah, Bailey Ober on the mound, Ryan Jeffers behind the dish, Jose Miranda at third, Carlos Correa at short, Willie Castro at second, Ty France at first. Then in right field, you have Matt Wallner, Byron Buxton in center, and Harrison Bader in left. That's the Twins' defense. And the Cardinals lineup looks like this. We'll keep that on screen till we go to the third, or till the second. Later tonight at about 5 o'clock Eastern Time, the Elite Eight in the South region between the Michigan State Spartans and the Auburn Tigers will take place in Atlanta, Georgia. Michigan State looking to advance to the Final Four for the first time since 2019, and I think that's the same case with Auburn. Lars Nootbaar leading off for the Cardinals. Just a quick reminder. Bailey Ober, 31 starts last season. I can't see that. Pitching arsenal, he's got a four-seam fastball, a changeup, a cutter, a slider, and a curveball. Throws a curveball rarely. He throws it 1% of the time. Nootbaar's batting .517 on the season. As the first pitch from Ober to Nootbaar misses for ball 1. 1-0 count on Lars Nootbaar. Bailey Ober with the 1-0. This is just outside ball number 2. That was just down and away. Correa is playing just almost behind the second base bag. And the 2-0 to Nootbaar is inside, almost hit him in the knees. Ball number 3, so it's now a 3-0 count on Lars Nootbaar. Ober wants a new ball. Bailey Ober has a 3-0 count on Nootbaar. Nootbaar's ahead at 3-0 in the count. Here's 3-0. And that's in there for strike number 1. Strike 1 on Nootbaar. 3-1 count. Nootbaar is 4 for 7 this season with a home run and 4 RBIs and batting .571. And the 3-1 pitch to Nootbaar's in there for a called strike 2. The count is now full. Bailey Ober with the payoff pitch to Nootbaar. Here it is. Liner, and that's going to go foul. Do the payoff pitch again. Do it again. 3-2. Ober with a full count on Nootbaar. Here it is. Pitch number 7 to the at-bat. And Nootbaar walks. That's going to bring up Wilson Contreras for the Cardinals, who is the DH for the Cardinals today. And Contreras with a man on first, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Contreras. The first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1 count now on Wilson Contreras. His brother, William Contreras. His brother is William Contreras. That's what I meant to say. Contreras this season is 0 for 9. Here's a pitch to Contreras. And that misses low for ball 1. 1-1 count now on Contreras. Contreras looking for his first knock of the season. There's a ton of room out in left center field. The 1-1 from Ober to Contreras is missing out. No, that's a called strike 2. Let's go. Good pitch, Ober. That makes it a 1-2 count now on Wilson Contreras. Mike Estabrook behind the plate today. And Ober tries to pick off Nootbaar. Unsuccessful. The Cardinals in the first 2+ games of this series have walked 8 times. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Ober to Contreras. It's going to be fouled back, and it hits Jeffers in the chest. And he wants a new ball. So we'll do the 1-2 again. If you're just joining us, that's 1-0 Twins following an RBI double by Byron Buxton in the top of the first. Twins looking to avoid getting swept to start the season. Ober with the 1-2 is driven into the left field, and it's going to be caught for the first out of the inning. That one barreled it up, but nothing to show for it. That's going to bring up Brendan Donovan for the Cardinals. Bader has already hit a home run for the Twins this season. We'll see him later tonight as the first pitch to Donovan is a ball. Inside for ball 1. This season, Brendan Donovan's batting .375, 3 for 8. I think that's no home runs and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Donovan, and that misses just high for ball 2. Nootbaar on first, 1 out for Brendan Donovan. Correa is still playing essentially directly behind the second base bag. 2-0 count on Brendan Donovan. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Ober. That misses outside, ball 3. That makes it a 3-0 count. Bailey Ober. He's thrown 15 pitches this inning so far. There's the 3-0. In there, strike 1. Correa at shortstop is essentially playing second base right now. So the MLB rule is you can't have your heels on the grass when the pitch is thrown. And you got about that much room between the grass and the infield dirt as the 3-1 is in there for strike 2. It's a called strike 2. And that loads the count again. We'll do the 3-2 in a minute. 3-2 from Bailey Ober in a minute. Here's a 3-2 from Ober. And, he walks him without a throw. Cardinals have earned their 9th walk of the series as this will bring up Nolan Arenado. Two on, 1 runner in scoring position, and Nolan Arenado up to bat for the Cardinals. Lars Nootbaar on second, Brendan Donovan on first, and Nolan Arenado at the plate. The go-ahead run is at first base. The tying run is on second, and Lars Nootbaar. Here's a pitch to Arenado, and that's swung and missed at strike number 1. Arenado's been an RBI machine throughout his career this season. He's batting .500, 4 for 8, 1 home run, and 2 RBIs. Here's the 1-0 to Arenado as that ball gets away from Jeffers. Wild pitch. That'll be scored as a wild pitch. I think that will be an error. I think that'll be ruled an error at one point. I don't know if that's how that works, but whatever. I don't. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. It's a wild pitch. Most RBIs interleague all time: Albert Pujols, Miguel Cabrera, Alex Rodriguez, Nolan Arenado, and Freddie Freeman. That's the top 5. Pujols at the top. No wonder. He was an RBI monster. The 1-1 pitch from Ober to Arenado is popped up, foul ground behind the dish. Jeffers not able to get it. So it's 1-2 count with 1 out and 2 on, both in scoring position. Nootbaar on third and Brendan Donovan on second. Arenado is a real pull hitter. He wants to pull that ball down the left side a bunch. Both the second baseman for the Twins and Carlos Correa are playing with their heels almost on the grass as the 1-2 is swing and a miss. They struck him out. 2 walks. He's got a strikeout. That'll bring up Alec Burleson for the Cardinals. Alec Burleson up next for the Cardinals. You're listening to / watching radio style coverage of Minnesota Twins at the St. Louis Cardinals on Unsportable Nation, a YouTube home of occasional Minnesota Twins, Atlanta Braves baseball radio style coverage games, as well as some Tampa Bay Rays and other random MLB games mixed in throughout the season, and maybe some playoff games, as well as maybe some college basketball and as well as the NHL, the NBA, the college baseballs, maybe some college hockey for the college hockey playoffs. And once the NFL season starts, Minnesota Vikings and Buffalo Bills games, as well as occasional Sunday night, Monday night, and Thursday night games throughout the season, and some playoff games for the NFL and the Super Bowl on Unsportable Nation. 2 on, 2 out. The batter now is Alec Burleson, batting 143 this season, 1 for 7, no home runs, no RBIs. The first pitch to Burleson misses low, ball 1. Burleson's a guy who can hit a ball even if it's not down the middle. He can still barrel it up. There it is. The 1-0 is fouled away. It's now 1-1 on Alec Burleson. Ober has thrown 24 pitches in this first inning. Here's pitch to Burleson, misses outside, ball 2. It's going to take at least 26 pitches for Ober to get out of this inning. And 1-2 pitch to Burleson from Ober. Here it is. Misses high, ball 2. So it's going to require at least 27 pitches to get out of this inning for the Twins. Here's the 2-2. And Rocket back foul. Nope, not a strike. Two count. Accidentally hit a strike. 2-2 count. Here's the 2-2. And he pops it up. Foul. Jeffers trying to make the catch. Jeffers under it. Jeffers makes the catch. And that ends the inning. 28 pitches is all it takes for Bailey Ober. And that ends the inning for the Twins. 1-0 after 1. Minnesota leads. I'll put the Twins line up again. I think Ryan Jeffers is going to be up next for the Twins. I'm not 100% sure. Twins lead at 1-0 after the first inning. Oh. So, up to bat for the Twins, Ty France, as first pitch is grounded to short. And throw to first. That'll do it. 1 out. That'll bring up batter number 7 in the order for the Twins. That'll bring up Willie Castro. As the first pitch to Castro is strike 1. 1 out, nobody on for Willie Castro. Here's the 2 or the 0-1. The only two people who can bat left-handed on the Twins are Trevor Larnach and Willie Castro, and Trevor Larnach is the only true lefty. Willie Castro is a switch hitter. So no balls and 2 strikes on Willie Castro with 1 away. Here's the 0-2 to Castro in the dirt, ball 1. So lowest opponent slugging percentage last season versus left-handed batter since 2023. Corbin Burns, Andre Palante, Joe Musgrove, Michael King, and Garrett Cole. And the 1-2 is in the dirt, ball number 2 on Willie Castro. Wait, no, Matt Wallner's a lefty. Matt Wallner's a lefty. What am I saying? Chip Gray doesn't know what he's talking about. And the 2-2 pitch is a grounder to the second base side. Castro, and the throw just beat him. Gorman had to change directions mid-stride, but that puts him away. That'll bring up... That's going to bring up Jose Miranda. The right-handed third baseman. Here's the pitch to Miranda. That's a quick strike number 1. Here's the 0-1. Grounder to third. On the ground, Miranda not able to beat it out, and that ends the inning. Cardinals down a run. Nolan Gorman up next for the Cardinals. So I just bought this. I just bought Madden 07 for Wii. I got it for $1.95. That's a steal of a deal. I'm gonna play that after this game's over. Bet on that. Nolan Gorman up to bat now for the Cardinals. The first pitch is a strike from Ober. And it's now 2-1. Position does Gorman play? I don't know. Gorman is a second baseman. And the 2-1 is driven into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. So a good start for Nolan Gorman, as that's a single into right field. And that'll bring up Pedro Paez. And the first pitch to Paez is a ball. Last season, played 68 games, batted .238, 7 home runs, and 27 RBIs. 1-0 count on Paez. Here's the 1-0, and in there, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike on Paez. Paez awaits the 1-1 from Ober. Here it is. And a liner in the right field, and that's a fair ball. And that'll bounce into the stands. It's a ground rule double. And the Cardinals have 2 runners in scoring position. Nobody out. That's going to bring up Victor Scott II. Here it is. The first pitch to Scott is driven to left field, at the track, at the wall, and the bullpen. Home run for the Cardinals. It's a 3-run shot. It's a 3-run shot for Victor Scott on the first pitch of the at-bat. And just like that, it is 3-1 St. Louis. That'll bring up Mason Wynn. That ball went almost 400 feet. Here's the 1-0 to Mason Wynn. Strike number 1 on Mason Wynn. Mason Wynn this season 0 for 6. The 1-1 misses low for ball number 2. And the 2-1 is a high, ball 3. Three-one count, 3-1 score. As that pitch is skied into foul territory, and Jeffers has no shot at that. It's now 3-2. The 3-2 from Ober is fouled away. We'll do it again. On deck for the Cardinals is Lars Nootbaar. Full count for Mason Wynn. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 90-mile-an-hour heater. Ober has his second strikeouts after the Victor Scott homer. Nootbaar walked to start the game. And here's the 1-0 to Nootbaar as that one's fouled away. Strike one. One count on Nootbaar. As that's a rocket to Willie Castro at second. Turns around, throw to first. And in times, out number 2. That'll bring up Wilson Contreras. And here, the 1-0 count on Contreras. Two 2-0 count on Contreras. In there, strike one. And the 2-1 misses. It's ball 3. And Contreras takes a strike. Rocco Baldelli and Bailey Ober are furious with the strike zone. And the Cardinals manager is not happy with Contreras because nobody knows strike zone. Nobody's happy with the strike zone. 3-2 count. Here's the payoff pitch from Ober. Fly ball, deep, shallow right. Wallner gets the catch, and that ends the frame. First 3 Cardinals in the second reached, and then a Victor Scott homer. That gives the Cardinals a 2-run lead. All right, time to get the last two Cardinals down. All right. Harrison Bader, a former Cardinal. And 1-0 to Bader is a strike. One count on Bader is fouled away. Strike number 2. Target Field is a beautiful place for righties to do their thing. That's for sure. Twins have another stop before our home opener in Minneapolis. Harrison Bader this season batting .500, 2 for 4, 1 homer, and 2 RBIs. That homer came on opening day. 2-2 count now on Bader. Palante, the 2-2. Grounder to short. Mason to first. That will be the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Matt Wallner for the Twins. Who's the cover after this? Is that Marshawn Lynch? Who's on the cover of Madden 07? Sean Alexander, that's right. And the first pitch to Wallner is way high, almost a wild pitch. And 1-1 count now on Wallner. Here's a 1-1. Check the swing, and it's not a strike. It's ball number 2. Thank God. You can hear someone say, "That's a strike all day, Blue," in the crowd. I guess it sounds like 2-1. In the air, right center field. Track. Wall off the top of the wall. Wallner on his way to second base. He's got himself a stand-up double. That's his first hit of the season. That'll bring up Carlos Correa, the shortstop. He just missed a homer, which would have made this a one-run game. It hit off the top of the wall out in right center field. And the Twins have the tying run at the plate in Carlos Correa. Here is the pitch to Correa. Low, ball one. And we're without Royce Lewis. I forgot about that. And the ball two on Carlos Correa. Pitch clock down to 13 seconds. I am not going to keep track of the pitch clock because I don't have 3 devices to manually track the pitch clock, hits and the score, and balls and strikes and bases and outs. And that's strike 1 on Carlos Correa. If there's a pitch clock violation, trust me, I'll let you guys know. It's very rare we see a pitch clock violation. Well, we might here because the pitch clock's down to 8 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Almost a pitch clock violation, though 2-1 is inside for ball number 3. I'm definitely playing this once this game is over. Did I pick this up for $1.95? Insane. 3-1 count on Carlos Correa. 0 for 9 this year. Grounded out in the first. The 3-1 is swung and missed at. On deck for the Minnesota Twins is the right-handed center fielder, Byron Buxton. Buxton waits on deck. Carlos Correa. Here's the 3-2. Grounder, and it goes foul. Why is it taking the umpire so long for him to say foul? Why are the Nationals on top of the Phillies 3-0 in the top of the 6th? What the heck? Okay. Palante has thrown 40 pitches in 2 1/3 innings. Okay. You're probably done after the 5th inning or something, probably. And the Giants are on top of the Reds 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th. Pirates lead the Marlins 2-1 in the top of the 6th. Pirates, please win. I need the Braves to do good. Alrighty. Here's the 3-2. And that almost hit Correa. That's a walk. As that walks Correa, and that'll bring up Byron Buxton. Buxton represents the go-ahead run, and he knocked in the first with an RBI double. So Zach Thomas for the Cardinals is on the 15-day IL, the grade 1 LAT strain. 12 career starts, 6-10 record. How does that make sense? How can you have 12 career starts but you're 6-10? What? All right, so the batter now is Byron Buxton. He drove in the Twins' first run of the game. Buxton waits the first pitch from Palante. Here it is. And low, ball number 1. Houston is on top of the Tennessee Volunteers, 29-12, with 2:51 to go in the first half. At 5:05 p.m., the Michigan State Spartans take on the Auburn Tigers as the 1-0 is swung on and missed by Buxton. Here's the 1-1. Outside, ball 2. 2-1 count now on Buxton. 1 for 1 today. Season average, 111. No homers, 1 RBI with a 222 OPS. RBI single in the first. He drove in the Twins' only run. Here's the 2-1. Swung and a missed at a ball in the dirt. What are we doing, Buxton? Palante number one at ground ball rates in the major leagues last year. I don't care, but whatever. It's a stats, so I'll say that. Here is the 3-2-2. And inside, and he didn't go. It loads the count with a chance for a bases loaded opportunity with Trevor Larnach coming up next. Please don't ground into a double play, Buxton. Please don't ground into a double play. Please don't. 3-1 St. Louis. And he swings and misses. God. That brings up Trevor Larnach representing the go-ahead run. Larnach makes contact there, grounded to short, throw to first base, and in time. That ends the inning. Brendan Donovan takes a strike. Broken bat, and it's a bloop single. Donovan's fourth hit of the series. So that'll bring up Nolan Arenado. Three runs on 4 hits for the Cardinals. Liner into left field. That's down for a base hit. Donovan around second, heading for third. He's in there safely. There's Alec Burleson. Driven to right. Wallner at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. 2 runs will score for the Cardinals. It's an RBI double for for Alec Burleson. That'll bring up Nolan Gorman. It is now 5-1 Cardinals. Just missed a homer. Here's Gorman. In the air to right. And it's going to be caught. No, not caught. First and third for St. Louis. Gorman's 2 for 2. That'll bring up Pedro Paez. There's action in the Twins bullpen. And in third inning, Randy Dobnak is in the bullpen. Warning up. And Paez up to bat. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. And the count now is 1-1 after a swing and miss. Paez, the 1-1, is in the dirt. Nice block by Ryan Jeffers. On deck for the Cardinals is Victor Scott II. The Cardinals have 5 runs on 7 hits. As Pages fly ball left field, and it is well gone. It's in the bullpen. A 3-run bomb for the Cardinals. And it's now 8-1 St. Louis. They have 8 runs on 8 hits. That's Pages' first homer of the season. That'll bring up Victor Scott, who homered in his first AB. That'll bring up Victor Scott, and the first pitch is a strike. Their second 3-run homer of the game. 0-1. And Ober has not retired a batter yet in the inning. It is a 1-1 count now on Victor Scott II. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a lot of relief pitchers for the Twins today. Fly ball, left field. Bader drifting back, and he's got the first out of the inning. Finally! And here is Mason Wynn. Oh boy, Jesus. Why do we suck so bad? And the first pitch to Mason Wynn misses low, ball 1. Why do we suck so bad, Minnesota? Oh, it's probably because my light isn't on. Blue. We need the Twins blue. Bailey Ober's already at 69 pitches. Here's the 70th pitch of the game as this one's fouled away. Strike 2. Dude, if this game is going to be anything like the Yankees game, I'm going to start just calling home runs with enthusiasm whenever any home runs hit at this point. And that is swing and a miss. He struck him out. Bayou. That will bring up Lars Nootbaar. Here's pitch. And strike 1. There's only the 3rd inning, and it's 8-1. And popped up, and foul ball, 0-2 now on Lars Nootbaar. The Nationals are leading the Phillies 5-0. Okay, I'm starting to feel a bit better about this game. Here is the 0-2. In the dirt, ball 1. Whatever you do, don't walk him, please. I know it's a 1-2 count, but it's Twins baseball. You haven't seen anything if you think if he won't walk here. You haven't seen nothing yet. I guarantee you will somehow find a way to give up a walk. And ball 2 in the dirt. Watch him walk. I swear to God. 2-2 count with 2 outs. Next up is Wilson Contreras. I don't want to see Wilson Contreras again this inning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that misses outside. It's a 3-2 count. What did I say? 0-2 count to 3-2. If you walk him here, Bailey Ober, get out of the game. Rocco Baldelli, I normally yell at you whenever I'm watching, just alone, not calling it, for taking your pitchers out too early. And Nootbaar walks. What did I say? Get Bailey Ober out of the game. Rocco Baldelli, I normally yell at you for taking your pitchers out too early when they're throwing absolute gems. But in this case, we're not pitching a gem. Thank you, Baldelli. And Randy Dobnak is going to come in for the Twins. The Cardinals have just bombarded us this inning with... it's absurd. Jesus Christ. This game is just going fantastic. Let me tell you. I love baseball. That's all I'm going to say. I love baseball. Let me make sure how do you spell Randy Dobnak? So Bailey Ober, avoid Missouri at all costs to begin the year, because last year against the Royals you got killed in the opening series, and now you just got annihilated again. As Dobnak's first pitch to Contreras is a ball. One ball, two strikes. Or one ball, one strike. 1-1 count on Wilson Contreras. Dobnak is from South Park, Pennsylvania. There it is. Fly ball, and it's going to be right to Bader, and that ends the frame. On to the fourth inning. Cardinals lead it 8-1. You're listening/watching to radio coverage. You're listening to/watching radio style coverage of the Minnesota Twins at the St. Louis Cardinals, Game 3 of this 3-game series on Unsportable Nation, a YouTube home of occasional Minnesota Twins and Atlanta Braves baseball throughout the season, as well as some Tampa Bay Rays and other MLB games throughout the season, as well as maybe some playoff games as well, and maybe the World Series, and as well as maybe the Final Four in the National Championship for college basketball, and maybe some college hockey for the college hockey playoffs, some college baseball as well soon, and as well as the NFL or the NHL and the NBA, and then once the NFL season starts, Minnesota Vikings and Buffalo Bills games throughout the season, as well as playoff games once those start, and Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night games throughout the season, and including the Super Bowl right here on Unsportable Nation. This is just a disaster class. I love Twins baseball. I'm going to watch us somehow win the World Series. I would laugh if we win the World Series, because I wouldn't believe it. Minnesota Twins. I want to see how many hits we have. Okay, so we have 2 hits. Ugh. 8-1 after the third. Let me see some ridiculous scores, okay? This game has gone haywire already. And it's only and we're only going into the 4th. What the flip? On the mound for the Cardinals still is Palante. Probably because he's only given up 1 run. Take notes, Bailey over. Here's Ryan Jeffers, batter number 5 in the order. And 2-0 count now on Jeffers is in there for strike 1. Four-seam fastball. Here we go. The 2-1 is swung and missed at by Jeffers. On deck for the Twins is Ty France. 2-2 count on Jeffers. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As that one's flied into right center field. And Victor Scott puts it away for the first out of the inning. That brings up Ty France. It's 1-1 count on Ty France. One strikeout, 1 flyout. Everything else is on the ground for him. As that's another right on cue. Ground out for Ty France. What just fell? Here's Willie Castro, the shortstop. No, the second baseman. As Castro fouls that one away. Willie Castro grounded out in the second inning and fouls that one away. It's 0-2. This game is already gone haywire, and we are only in the 4th. Flip! Castro takes his time out. Braves and Padres at 6:10 p.m. I will not be calling that because I will be watching the Michigan State game off of YouTube. I am not going to be calling that because I want to enjoy that. 0-2. Grounder foul. We'll do it again. I say enjoy. Hopefully we win. Please. Houston is destroying Tennessee. 34-15 at the half. Winner of this goes to the Elite Eight, or to the Final Four to face Duke. Castro in the air, right field. And that ball is gone! Willie Castro has homered. It's now a 8-2 lead for the Cardinals. Willie Castro, 387, 100.7 miles an hour off the bat. Let's go! Willie Castro. Then that'll bring up Jose Miranda. Yay! Here's Jose Miranda as that one's grounded and base hit through the middle. Miranda's aboard. Let's go, Twins. And that'll bring up Harrison Bader. Here's Harrison Bader. Minnesota Twins are quite a bit free agency from the Mets as that ball gets away from him. And Miranda didn't go, you idiot. One 0 count on Harrison Bader. Here's the 1-0. Check to swing. He went. No, he didn't. I want an appeal. Harrison Bader this season, 2 for 5, batting .400, 1 home run, 2 RBIs, and a 1.6 OPS. Here is the 1-1. Upstairs, ball 2. Cardinals are not thinking. Bader will hit the ball to the right side. And 3-1 count on Harrison Bader. I am so excited to play this game. Dude, the graphics look really good for this old game. On the ground, left side. And throw to first base, and that'll end the inning. But Minnesota is done, but not before a Willie Castro solo shot. Willie Castro, thank you for coming over from Detroit. So let's go over the scores from yesterday's action in the MLB. First game of the day, Yankees beat the brakes off the Brewers 20-9. Angels beat the White Sox 1-0. Cardinals beat my Twins 5-1. Orioles beat the Blue Jays 9-5. Phillies beat the Nationals 11-6. Marlins beat the Pirates 5-4. Reds beat the Giants 3-2. Royals beat the Guardians 4-3. Rockies beat the Rays 2-1. Rangers beat the Red Sox 4-3. Padres beat my Braves 1-0. Astros beat the Mets 2-1. Cubs beat the Diamondbacks 3-0. Dodgers remain perfect at 5-0 on the years. They beat the Tigers yesterday 7-3. And I'm going to call them the Sacramento Athletics right now because that's where they play. The Sacramento Athletics beat the Seattle Mariners 4-2. They're just called the Athletics, but I will refer to them as the Sacramento Athletics. So if I ever end up calling a game where the Athletics are involved, and you'll see on the scoreboard, it'll say Sacramento Athletics, not just Athletics. Because we are inclusive here on Unsportable Nation. We respect where teams play. Yes, even Kansas City. But we do respect. We respect. Where'd my pen go? There it is. And And first pitch to Donovan is fouled away. Cardinals have a great lineup. I love watching Cardinals play, but whenever they're playing against the Twins, Main reason I like watching the Cardinals is because of Nolan Arenado. Is because of really Brendan Donovan, Lars Nootbaar, and Nolan Arenado, and also their and Sonny Gray, the pitcher, and their TV announcer too. Used to be the Braves announcer, so kind of follow him around. So count on Brendan Donovan is 2-2. Here's 2-2. Dominick's 2-2 misses outside. It is now a full count on Brendan Donovan. Here's a payoff pitch. And he punches him out. Paint like Bob Ross. Bob Rawson out there. And he struck him out looking. Can I help you? Nope. Just looking. That'll bring up Nolan Arenado. Here's the pitch to Arenado. Missed his low, ball one. Oh, he called it a strike. Never mind. That ball. So it's now it's 1-1 on Nolan Arenado. Nobody's been happy in either dugout today, though. That's for sure. 1-1 count on Nolan Arenado. Here it is. Misses low, ball 2. I think I would be a better umpire. Well, no, I can't say that. Because I have never stepped in as an umpire like that before, behind the dish and umpiring live pitching, so I would just keep my mouth shut. To 2-1. And call strike number 2. I can hear the fans just yelling, "Come on, Blue!" Cardinals managers are just like, how is that a strike? Here's the 2-2. Outside in the left-handed batter's box, 3-2. We'll do a payoff pitch. Arenado's got to be thinking anything close. I got to pull the trigger with a payoff pitch coming up. Three-two pitch. Check to swing, and he's walked. That'll bring up Alec Burleson. That's the 4th walk of the game for the Twins. Anytime you cover a Gator, that's a good thing. Missouri fans would agree with that, yeah. And 1-0 on Burleson. Burleson homered last inning. No, he had a 2-run double in the 3rd. And that pitch misses low. It's 2-0. Runner on first. That is Nolan Arenado. Pitch clock down to 8. 6-5. Here's the pitch. And laced foul. 2 balls and strike this season. Burleson batting 2 for 9, 222, no homers, 2 RBIs. Both coming in this game. And a 633 OPS. Here's the 2-1 is skied foul and out of play. 2-2 count on Burleson. Twins looking to get out of this inning. Double play is in play here. And that almost hit him. It's a full count. So it's hoping for a double play ball here to get out of this inning. Last season with runners on, Burleson, 292, 10 home runs, and 67 RBIs. On deck is Nolan Gorman. Last season batted 203. Here's the 3-2. Grounder to shortstop. Correa to Castro. To France, and double play. We go to the top of the 5th. Cardinals still lead at 8-2. You're listening to / watching radio style coverage of the Minnesota Twins and St. Louis Cardinals on Unsportable Nation, a YouTube home of Minnesota Twins and Atlanta Braves baseball occasionally throughout the season, as well as some Tampa Bay Rays and other random MLB games mixed in throughout the season, as well as potentially the Final Four and the National Championship for college basketball, March Madness, as well as maybe some college hockey for the college hockey playoffs. College baseball as well will be happening, as well as the NHL, the NBA, potentially, as well as once the NFL season starts, Minnesota Vikings and Buffalo Bills games throughout the season, as well as random Monday night, Sunday night, and Thursday night games throughout the regular season, and some playoff games in the Super Bowl once those roll around. Super Bowl 60 is going to be at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, home of the San Francisco 49ers. 8-2 St. Louis as we go to the top of the 5th. Matt Wallner swings at the first one and fouls it away. And 0-2 count on Wallner. And 1-2. Matt Wallner walked and doubled and scored already this game. It's a 1-2 count. Here it is. Misses outside. 2-2. And he struck him out. That will bring up Carlos Correa. Palante strikes out Wallner. 96 miles an hour. Here's Correa 0 for 1 with a walk. And he's going to be 0 for 2 with a ground out. And that'll bring up Byron Buxton. Here is Byron Buxton. Two out, nobody on for Byron Buxton. Buxton's 1 for 2 today. Here's the pitch to Buxton. In there, strike one. Just what are we looking for? That was right down the heart of the plate. Here we go. 0-1 is inside. Almost hit him in the knees. I'm going to turn the brightness of that light down because it's kind of blinding me. And that ball gets away from him. It's a wild pitch. 2-1 the count. Alrighty, 2-1 count on Buxton. Here it is. And swings and misses. He's the longest tenured Twin. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Byron Buxton. I like Chip Gray. He said, as long after the Twins leave St. Louis, wish him the best of luck all season. 3-2 count now on Byron Buxton. Chip Gray said, wish the Twins best of luck. A fantastic franchise. Thank you. I wish we could actually play like it. And Buxton strikes out. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Cardinals lead at 8-2. Cardinals are officially winning because there could be some bad weather on the way that could end up postponing the game because you need to play at least 5, or you at least need to get through the top of the 5th for it to count. Here we go. Cardinals are just playing long ball today. So is Bailey, not Bailey, is Randy Dobbs. And the tarp's coming out. A strong thunderstorm approaching. So it's going to be a short rain delay. So might as well do some talking. So, what do you do while it's a rain delay? I don't know. So we're in a rain delay. So that sucks. Well, while I'm waiting, I might as well just call some college basketball. Or react to some college basketball. YouTube TV. I hate weather delay. How about college hockey? Or no. Nah. UFL. We got the Birmingham Stallions. So, we got the Birmingham Stallions and the DC Defenders. It's 11-6. Birmingham. DC back to throw, rolling around as a quarterback. He throws it away and incomplete. Now 4th down and 8 for the Defenders. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to watch UFL. Nope. We're going to watch March Madness. Well, me, but we're kind of in a weather delay. Houston leads it 46-30. I'm going to go get something to drink. Okay, so since we're in a weather delay, and I have no idea how long this is going to last, and seeing as we're in the 5th inning, and we're down, since we're down 8-2, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys were listening to / watching radio style coverage of the Minnesota Twins at the St. Louis Cardinals. Unfortunately, we don't get to finish this one out because we're in a rain delay. And I will not be finishing that because I don't want to cut into Michigan State time. And I don't know how long this rain delay is going to last. So, that being said, hope you guys have a safe and wonderful rest of your day. I'm your boy in Sportable Nation. Stay positive, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Wherever it may be, whether it be a video or a short or another stream. Take care. I'll see you guys.